My name is Corianne, and I own a 2.5-year-old black lab, and his name is Louie. Louie is a lover. He is such a great dog to have. He is a lab, of course, so like labs are friendly and whatnot, and it's just been so fun owning him, but also a very unfortunate series of medical issues that we've been experiencing since about 6 months old. And I would like to share my journey about that. So here I am. Before I get started, I would like to just have your guys' eyes fixate on this table here. This is not anywhere near the amount of actual medicine bottles that Louie has been placed on since about 6 months of his age. But this is just a general idea of what we're working with these traditional vets. So my boyfriend and I picked up Louie from a breeder, a local breeder, and everything appeared normal. He was a fun puppy. We have another dog as well who is about a year older than he is, so we didn't get to experience any of the biting and puppy bites or anything like that, which was awesome to avoid. We didn't start noticing that he had any issues until about 6 months in, and that was around summertime in the Midwest area, so it was full-blown summertime, allergies and all. And we started noticing that he was receiving spots on his neck. Our first vet was pretty clueless. I'm not going to leave their names because I don't want them to bash them or anything like that, but they were incapable of being able to even begin to tell us that it was mild to severe allergies. So lots of money went out the door for lots of nothing. I definitely advise as dog owners that it is your responsibility to take care of your pet and to do the research on your own, as you would as your own human child. So I'm making a series just to kind of describe to you guys what we're going to be going through in the next upcoming months. So with Louie, we ended up finding out that he does have severe allergies and mild to severe. So he has not been able to get off the steroids until recently, has been on antibiotics all of his life, like I have stated. Now we are doing immunotherapy. So this is actually just environmental allergens that Louie is allergic to. So every so often, there's 3 vials that we have to inject with a shot to Louie, hoping by this coming summer, environmental allergies will be, kind of nixed for Louie. We're hoping that, by doing this, his immune system will develop a herd immunity to these environmental allergies, and it won't be at most, a horrible reaction to whatever he is allergic to, which is a lot environmental wise. Grass, trees, ants, all kinds of stuff. We had to purchase all kinds of stuff inside as well for environmental. A great air filter. We had to purchase an air purifier because he's allergic to dust mites. So I mean, just craziness. Never would have known that, getting especially a purebred black lab would have, listed all of these issues. But, it is what it is now. I know that there are outliers, but through research, what I have found out is this is just a list of bad breeding. Could be bad breeding, or it could have just been bad genetics, DNA and whatnot, but also just feeding your dogs the wrong food throughout, lines of genetic history. So we were able to determine through our second vet that we have gone through that what kind of allergies Louie actually has. And so we did we did food allergies first and environmental allergies second. And if you know or have pets that have allergies or know someone that has a pet who has allergies, these tests are outrageous, just outrageous. And I understand to an extent why, but we thankfully were able to kind of cut back. So everything that we were giving Louie prior, we were giving him bagged dog food, and we immediately cut that even before we actually went to our first vet, because we had started to realize that he had some sort of severe allergies. So we started home cooking their meals. So we were giving them, we still are, cooked beef, potatoes, carrots, sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, zucchinis, eggplants, all kinds of stuff like that. But recently stopped, and this is the purpose of my video. Testing. So dogs are carnivores, and they have digestive tracts for that to consume raw meat. Food was not served to dogs prior to, you know, humans domesticating dogs or animals, dogs and cats. Dogs and cats had to, you know, fend for themselves and hunt, essentially. And pet food is a new concept over 100 years ago, and it's a carbohydrate, typically carbohydrates and starch, very high in starch. So we haven't been feeding our dogs that for almost a year, actually over a year now. So at least we're kind of past that. But bagged dog food, if you're able to, is just horrible for your dog. Just because the dog's not dying right away, it just shows to you how resilient animals are into feeding them, you know, rice, grains, all kinds of rendered products, which end up just being, you know, roadkill, anything that's left over that humans can't eat from meat. And I just don't, especially with a dog that has allergies like this, we couldn't obviously do that. There was just no bag of dog food that we could find that didn't have an ingredient that Louie was allergic to. So we decided to start home cooking them. But home cooking their meals even got to an extent where we were doing filler food as, you know, potatoes, carrots, zucchinis, all that, beans and stuff like that, and that's not even needed. So the more we looked into doing raw food for our dogs, the more we were like, this is just our way. We have to do it. We have to at least try it. So yeah, so I've looked it up. Dr. Karen Becker from Miracola Healthy Pets. She was born in Iowa. She's been working with animals since she's 13. I'll leave a YouTube link. She actually did a 3-part series on YouTube 7 years ago about the myths and truth of feeding your dog raw, or even pets, feeding your pets raw food, and kind of goes through the list of like the myths and the truths about it. And so dogs are carnivores, and they have teeth to kind of shred meat, just as a cow, she goes into this, Dr. Becker does, a cow has teeth that are rounded because a cow eats grass all day, and their jaw moves, like their range of motion with their jaw moves like laterally because that's all they're doing all day long. Could you imagine feeding a dog or a cow, you know, raw meat or anything that like that cow couldn't eat? Because there are, you know, basic nutrition for animals, and they should be consuming the foods that they were designed to eat. It's called species appropriate diet. We've also researched this a lot. We're not just jumping in expecting that raw food is going to cure our dog. However, through our research, we found out dogs that suffer from allergies have huge benefits on going raw diet. And to really just explain our situation is that what we're doing now with him being on all these antibiotics and all of this steroids is that right now it's not working. So why not change it up and possibly, you know, be on the success trail to better health for our dog. Yeah, for raw diet, we've decided that the other day, and recently just started feeding him, both dogs, raw food. And I am a big time believer that you are what you eat. So watch us go on this journey together.